Okay, guys, hi, I'm Rose, or rosetart. Now, I'm gonna bring you through the process of deck creation in Minion Masters and let you know some things that I wish I would have known when I first started this. I believe I started playing Minion Masters when it first came out. It was on Discord. I found it during a college class. I was really bored. I was going through my Discord, no one was online. Started clicking things, realized that they had games on Discord. Downloaded it, and recently it went to Steam. It is also on consoles now. Now, this game is very similar to Clash Royale, and I'm going to be taking you through some things. First off, let me switch over so you can see my screen. Yes, this is my deck, this is my master. Let us pretend you are a brand new player. Brand new players are going to have very select few. Now, this is one that you're always going to have. Let's go through deck creation. Now, as a new player, I don't really know what you're going to be starting off with, but let me start you off with a deck that I know you should be able to make super fast. Now, a lot of these things you have access to right off the bat, or you will unlock it super quickly. These, you might not. So let's find something. Not exactly sure what else there's going to be, but let me show you what you want to look for when you're creating a deck. Now, playstyle. What type of playstyle do you want? We're going to be covering things through team battles because for some reason, I feel like team battles are way more fun. You can do solos, but for me, it just doesn't do it. Kind of get bored real quick. So, this deck is going to be helping you do a quick meta play. Quick meta play is going to be allowing you to spawn as many minions as possible while your teammate takes advantage of this to spawn in their larger minions. Now, what we're starting off with is 2 crossbow dudes. And I say 2 because there's a wild card. So it allows you to get 2 copies of this card in your deck at any given time. Next, we're going to be going Grasping Thorns. So if someone comes across your bridge and you're not prepared for it, you can damage them over time and slow them down. So that way you have time to, recollect yourself and take out that minion, or your teammate can do it for you. Now we have a Scrat Horde along with a wild card. So that way you can get multiple Scrat Hordes at once. Next, Sniper Scrat. You need that long range, you need that damage. It takes a little while to charge up, but it helps. Warrior. Just like it says, an all-around fighter with average health and damage. Not much to it. You can always change this, but for a mana cost of only 3, it does the job. Ardent Aegis. Now, you use this along with your warrior. It'll be a rolling tank because it has 2 front lines and 2 back lines to it. I'll explain all that as we go along in the game. Next, Whirly Scrat. Whirly Scrat has been seen as a staple in multiple decks, whether you're a Grandmaster or you're a brand new player such as a Bronze. You're going to see that he can take out large hordes very quickly. He's also good to distract people, so that way while people are going after him, you can build up your backlines. Crossbow Guild. This one is a staple for this deck because it continuously summons crossbow dudes in one specific section. So let's assume you're going to be using the bottom bridge as where you want to spawn them. Now, you know that they're going to continuously spawn on the bottom bridge. You can either spam down there and risk taking a lightning bolt spell or anything else such as poison or daggerfall, and it's going to kill all of them. So you want to use it as a distraction. Zealots of the Burning Fist. They burn 10% of their max health when they attack. Not very good, but if you use this with other cards, it's a force to be reckoned with. As it says, if there is only one friendly zealot in play, she gains rage and haste. So if one of them die, the other one gets increased. Then we have the Brother of the Burning Fist. This guy right here can heal himself and continue going. Now, when he heals himself, there's kind of like a seal of light on the floor around him. He heals himself, and he heals any other minions that are in the same section as him. So, that means you can use him to heal himself and others. He's not really a healer, but it helps in times of need. Let's go into a quick match. Let me show you what it's like. We're going to be doing team battles, like I said. Now, in this team battle, let's see who our teammates are going to be and who our opponents are going to be. Yes, I know. You can see what was on top. All right. This guy right here, don't remember his name, but he can also heal. He's a very good player. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take over both bridges for mana control. Mana control is going to help you in the long run. These guys are weak. Doesn't matter. We're taking over the bridges. Now that we know that there's going to be a dragon whelp coming, we can spawn in our crossbow dudes. That's a very bad matchup. But we'll see what we can do about that. Our whirly scrat quickly takes control of the bridge, takes out any minions in the way. We drop our grasping thorns on the bottom to take care of their stuff, their bow. Whirly scrat continues on. He's gonna get a quick heal. And he starts doing damage to the base. He takes a lot of the damage for us, allows us to just keep building up mana. We're going to go ahead and spawn another Brother of the Burning Fist, but we're going to wait just a tad. Let him get closer. Build up more mana. He heals himself with the seal. And now we see they're coming in with another large minion. We're going to continue the onslaught to take out their large minion while our teammate backs us up. It seems like we're about to lose this battle. And that is fine. Don't forget that this is a war of attrition. Not a, oh my god, we gotta deal with this now. Now, by war of attrition, I mean it takes on a longer pace. You need to focus on the long term. So if they do a ton of damage right now, they can do that again. But if you continue an onslaught, it'll be a lot harder for them. Don't forget, mana consumption can really screw you over in the long run. Mana consumption is every time you spawn a minion, it will use up this bar of mana on the bottom of the screen that you see here. Hold out long enough so that way you can get minions to fight back. I allow my crossbow dude to go forward in order for me to get an area. Ooh, see that was very bad. It's similar to a trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh. Send out our warrior. Now we're going to spam the bottom with a Scrat Horde. They're going to be focusing in on the top while our guys on the bottom move on in. Send out crossbow dudes to do damage to the flyer. Assist our teammate on the bottom. Spawn in more minions. Now at this point, they're controlling the top bridge. We're fighting for control of the bottom. If we can start spawning minions at the top, we'll take that and stop them from being able to get closer to their end goal. Now the end goal is when you see this here, fills up, Mana Frenzy. Almost always guarantees whoever collects it first will win, because you can just spam your minions. Like I was saying, this is a beginner deck, but it holds up in the long run. We're playing in a platinum game, and we're already about to win. It's hard for them to hold on, because we're spamming. We're letting our teammate do all the hard hits while we support. Now, if you want to learn a more advanced technique, I can show you a custom deck with Mortar. Let me show you Mortar's deck. You can call your decks whatever you want. I call it Green Machine because it's got a lot of green cards. What is it? 3, 4. With a little bit on Shock Rock. Mortar. Well, let me show you what he does. Mortar has special abilities just like any other master. His first ability that activates when you have enough mana is you get a tombstone for 0 mana. This will take up spot in your hand, but you can activate it quickly as long as you know how to use it. You place a tombstone that resurrects the next minion belonging to Mortar that dies after a delay. Second one, you get 2 tombstones. It's very good for spamming. Third one, Vengeful Dead. All minions raised by a tombstone gain haste. Haste is 33% movement speed, 33% attack speed. It removes slow if they are slowed down. Now, what this means for us is if we add Rage, let me show you what Rage does. A vial of unbridled malice from 1,000 demons with a hint of lime. They have a great information section. Rage increases attack damage by 50%. You have a base attack. Let us assume your base attack is 100. It is increased when it spawns back in with a tombstone by 33%, and you increase the base attack by 50% along with that 33% for the base attack, increasing your damage by a lot. Almost by 100%. Now, if you use Tombstone to revive Colossus, Colossus has an increased damage output and speed, which then you increase it with Rampage, you're going to be looking at some serious damage. You're going to be using Bahra, the Witch Wolf. When summoned, Bahra immobilizes all ground enemy minions for 6 seconds. If you use haste and attack, it will rip through the competition. ATG drone times 8. Now, don't let the name fool you. It's not times 8. What it means is that it can attack up to 8 minions, enemy minions, at once. Shoots 7 projectiles at random to nearby targets, which it makes no sense. It shoots 7, but the name is 8. Who knows what they were thinking? But it cannot attack sky minions. For our sky minions, what we're going to be using is the Blastmancer along with the Witch Wolf. Witch Wolf hits sky and ground. Blastmancer hits both also. Now, you're going to be using this to take out large amounts of enemies if they're weak. When it attacks an enemy and that enemy dies, it performs Soul Detonate. Soul Detonate detonates the minion's soul and deals damage to nearby enemies. Now, this comes in handy for sure. We're going to be using Ghost. Ghost is one that you're going to be seeing a lot of in the higher brackets. You barely see Ghost in the lower brackets because it's kind of hard to get. It possesses your enemy, turning it to your side, and it curses them. What Curse does is it slowly takes away the health. Let's see how much health it takes away. It loses 3% of max health every second. So, that is a double-edged sword, but it's very good for turning the tides of war. Obviously, healing fireball. It's not a fireball, it's just a heal potion that will take some time to get to whatever you want it to heal, but it increases it. We then have Shock Rock as the last spell in the deck. Stuns and damages enemies in the area. Pretty basic. Stunned units are unable to move or attack. Very good for holding a bridge, for fighting back. Let me show you how this deck works. This deck has gotten me to Masters multiple times. Now that the game is loaded up, let us see what our teammate has to offer. Well, this is going to be an interesting match since there are 3 Mordors. We have a teammate using Mardred, Prince of Nightmares. He's going to be doing heavy damage. So right now what we want to do is focus on maintaining synergy with him or her. We're maintaining that synergy, taking that bridge. He's going to be using the Blastmancer to destroy that. It's going to destroy almost all of them. It's going to slowly do damage. Maintain that bridge if possible. He's going to be killing our Witch Wolf unless we can stop that. We stop that. Witch Wolf is going to do damage. It should kill it before it dies. And now it's dead. We took out the major component. Oh, that was pretty good. Now, what his Prince does is when it kills a minion, it inflicts fear, which causes all enemy minions to run away. There's going to be a lot of things in this video that I can't really cover in one sitting. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments, and I will get to them in a timely manner. Tombstone is now placed. Probably wasn't the best placement, but it's going to be holding this guy back. Now this guy will be able to respawn. When he dies after roughly, I think, 30 seconds, he will then respawn. Now, when you're playing with a teammate that has a Mordor, you guys share the tombstones because it says Mordor. So, it shares that tombstone. ATG will do massive damage to large bodies. So don't worry if a Colossus gets past you. You will be damaging him regardless. Right now there's not much to worry about. We're continuing our onslaught while maintaining our backspace. ATG has died. We're going to go ahead and spawn another Colossus. We're going to slow them down in the back line to allow our minions to get closer and closer each time. Remember, this is a war of attrition. This isn't a, hey, I need to do this right here and now. War of attrition, guys. Slow and steady wins the race, as long as you can maintain damage output. My Colossus is most likely going to die now and be respawned, unless his minion, yep, his minion went first. My Colossus is taking massive damage. That's fine. He's going to come back to life. Or we're gonna win first. I didn't get to show you everything because this was pretty one-sided. Now, being my first video on Minion Masters, I'm just going to end it here, and if you guys have questions, please leave them in the comments and I will slowly and surely get back to each one of you. That's pretty much it. This is my deck. This carries me to Masters. As long as you learn how to use it, you will be carried to Masters with this deck too. Chances are people will counter you. You will lose a match or two, but I've gone on very long win streaks with this. It's pretty easy to counter if you know how to counter it, but not everybody runs this deck anymore. This was an original deck back on Discord, but you don't see it as often. This was a deck that won championship, but not in the same way. They used different minions. This is my style to it. The average amount of mana you're going to be spending is 4.7, but if you can learn how to maintain your mana, you'll be perfectly fine. Now keep in mind, this deck has a wild card on Colossus and a wild card on Shockrock. The reason why I have a wild card on Shockrock is because you're going to be seeing a lot of these minions right here. Harbingers. Harbingers will push you back and do massive damage. Now, if you shock rocket, and when he starts charging up again, shock rock him again, chances are you or your teammate will have another minion that can slow him down, kill him, damage him, do what you got to do to maintain your Colossus and your Witch Wolf. These two are what are going to bring you the game-winning kills, or the final hit on the actual opponent masters. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much. I'll think about more videos, see what else I can talk about, and help you guys out. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.